What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex here, and you're watching TF4 Talk. This is just a web series where we're talking about Transformers Age of Extinction. This is episode number 21, and what we're going to talk about in this episode is the length of Transformers Age of Extinction. This movie has a 2-hour and 46-minute running time, and there's a lot of comments saying that this movie is too long, which begs the question, is this movie too long? I'm asking myself this question, and I'm asking you guys this question. Is Transformers Age of Extinction too long? Really? Let's really just lay it out there. Is it too long? I'm going to say yes, it is too long. At 2 hours and 46 minutes for an action movie, it is too long. 2 hours and 46 minutes is almost 3 hours, and it makes this installment of the Transformers live action franchise the longest one to date. Alright, out of the 4 movies, this is the longest one. Transformers, the first movie in 2007, had a running time of 2 hours and 23 minutes, making it the shortest one, but also a very well-paced Transformers film. And then you had Revenge of the Fallen, which is 2 hours and 29 minutes, which is 6 minutes longer. And then there's Dark of the Moon, which is 2 hours and 35 minutes, which is 12 minutes longer than the first one. Okay? And now we have a 2 hour and 46 minute runtime for Transformers Age of Extinction, making it the longest one and also making people feel that this movie is too long. Now, I'm going to say that it is too long because I truly feel that there could have been moments which could be shaved off. And I think about what could be shaved off because with a movie that long, you're just thinking that, you know, there are things that could be taken out, which will make the movie run a lot smoother. Now, I'm going to say that it is definitively too long because I actually watched this movie in Japan. And in Japan, there is a certain movie-going etiquette, and that is the Japanese audience actually stays till the end of the credits, roll up entirely, and then the lights go on. You have to wait for the lights to go on, not just till the end of the credits, but you wait for the lights to go on and then you get up and leave. It is a sign of respect. Okay? So Japanese people are very, very patient. Now, when I watched Transformers Age of Extinction in Tokyo, as soon as the movie was over, alright, they didn't even wait for the lights to go on. They didn't even wait for the end of the credits. They just got up and left because you need to go to the bathroom, and the movie is just too long. Maybe some people were waiting for the movie to be over so that they can leave because they were feeling kind of antsy. After, you know, an hour-long action sequence, it gets you pretty tired out, okay? So that is the first sign, in my opinion, where I felt that, okay, this movie's a bit too long. And another thing is that when I was watching Transformers Age of Extinction in IMAX 3D for the very first showing on Thursday night, I usually stay till the end of the credits just because I want to listen to the music at the end of the credits, and then I get up and leave. Okay, I'm very used to doing that just because I watch a lot of Marvel movies. There's always some Easter egg at the end of the movie. So I decided to wait till the end of the credits. So I decided that, okay, once I finish watching Transformers Age of Extinction, I'm going to wait till the end of the credits roll up, and then I'm going to leave. Not that there was going to be anything at the end of the movie. You know, there was not going to be an Easter egg. I just wanted to wait to listen to the music. I didn't even do that. As soon as the movie was over, I got up and left because I needed to go pee. Now, the crazy part is that there have been a lot of movies where they have been either longer or around the same running time, yet they are still movies that I feel are not too long. For example, most recently, Interstellar. Okay? Nearly 3 hours, but it was very engaging, very well paced, and I did not feel that it was long. Then there are movies like Zero Dark 30, which doesn't even have a whole lot of action. In fact, all the action was in the last half hour. The first 2 hours was all build-up. That was an intense movie, and it did not feel long. There are a lot of other movies that are like at least 2 hours, you know, almost 3 hours, that just feel like, you know, they are they're well-paced movies. You don't feel that they are long. For example, of course, The Dark Knight Rises, another Christopher Nolan film that did not feel long. And also Inception was, I believe, 2.5 hours, and once again, engaging all the way. Now, I'm not trying to say that Christopher Nolan's like the god of filmmaking or god of long movies or anything. I'm just providing you with with examples. Also, Ridley Scott made a 3-hour movie called American Gangster. All right, that was a great film. And I'm not just saying that it was a great film. It was a long film and it felt engaging. Another film is, of course, Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street. No action whatsoever. All driven by dialogue, all driven by story and great characters. Now, I know that some people might be saying that, oh, you shouldn't compare Transformers Age of Extinction with a Martin Scorsese film or a Christopher Nolan film. Well, actually, they're all long films. That's something that they have in common, and therefore I compare it if I wanted to, okay? So that's what makes me feel that Transformers Age of Extinction is too long. Now, people are probably thinking about, okay, well, what about deleted scenes? This is, there's got to be some deleted scenes. I mean, Transformers Age of Extinction was actually longer than what you saw in the theaters. There are deleted scenes. There are scenes that have been filmed but did not make it to the theatrical cut of the film. And we already know this because if you watched a TV spot, you'll notice that there are some scenes that were in the TV spot that did not exist in the actual film. So as a matter of fact, Transformers Age of Extinction could have been longer. They have already shaved it down. Unfortunately, the Blu-ray doesn't show these deleted scenes. There is not even a section in the bonus disc for deleted scenes. But I know there are, in fact, 3 confirmed deleted scenes, and I'll tell you what they are right now. First of all, the most obvious one, Bumblebee dancing. This was in a TV spot. Never made it to the film. I would have loved to have this scene in the movie because it would show us a funnier, just a funny scene, a funny moment of human interaction, human-robot interaction. But that wasn't in the movie, so that was a little bit disappointing because I expected it to be in there because I wanted to know what that scene was about. Another scene that was deleted was a scene which involved Li Bingbing's character, Su Yuming, which involved Brains. There was a scene where she was talking to Brains. That scene was not in the movie. That was deleted. But the scene had been filmed. And I know about this because of an interview that was conducted where the interviewer asked, were there scenes that were filmed and that did not make it to the final cut of the film? And that scene was one of them. Another scene that did not make it to the final cut of the film would be a scene where Kelsey Grammer's character and Titus Welliver's character run over, with the car, a Chinese government official. That scene had to be cut out for censorship reasons. Now, it's not because it was it would make the movie rated R. It is because that if you're going to have a movie marketed towards China, you need to get the approval of the Chinese government, and they actually need to approve of everything that takes place in the movie. If you have a scene which makes the Chinese government look bad, they're going to want that scene removed. Okay, so they had to do it. They had to comply because obviously the Chinese film production company is co-financing the film, and therefore, they need to comply with their demands. So that scene was actually deleted, and it was confirmed that that scene actually was filmed because of an interview which was conducted between either Titus Welliver or Kelsey Grammer. But anyways, those are the 3 confirmed scenes. Now, let's talk about what can actually be deleted from the movie to make the movie shorter, to make it be paced better, and also flow smoothly. I mean, let's be completely honest here. Can scenes be deleted from Transformers Age of Extinction to make it shorter? If you really think hard enough, yes. Now, I've been saying this throughout my previous episodes, and I feel that if you delete the boyfriend character, Shane, out of the entire movie, it would be the exact same movie. Okay? And you can totally do that. Now, I almost went as far as saying that if you delete the girlfriend, or rather the daughter, Tessa, out of the movie, it would still be the same movie. But unfortunately, that I'm not going to go as far as that, mainly because you need that human story, the human connection, and that is the father-daughter relationship. Let's not make this about the boyfriend character. Let's make the movie about a father-daughter relationship. Okay? Even though it's a robot movie, you gotta have a human connection so that the audience can connect with it. While I felt that the human connection was kind of weak, it still needs to be there. If it's a father-daughter a relationship as the human story that connects the audience, then there's really no need for the boyfriend character. Another character that could be written out is the Darcy character, played by Sophia Myles. So what I'm going to do from this point on is I'm going to tell you what scenes specifically could be deleted out, and then at the end of all this, let's see how much time we could shave off. So first of all, we're going to go by the basis that there's no Shane character and there's no Darcy character. Alright, so let's start off by the Antarctica scene. There's no need for that scene at all. Even though it felt kind of cool to have it in there, actually if you remove that scene, the movie's still the same. Okay, so let's take that one out, and that essentially removes 1 minute and 16 seconds. The next scene that could be taken out is the short webcam scene between Tessa and Shane, which introduces the Shane character. Alright, it establishes that Tessa has a secret boyfriend. Okay, that knocks off 21 seconds, not a whole lot of time, but still, it adds up. Another scene we can knock out is the scene where Tessa asks for permission from her dad, Cade, if she can go out to hang out with her friends. Okay, that will shave off a good 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Another scene we can take out is the whole Romeo and Juliet scene. There's no need for this formal introduction or a meeting between Cade and Shane. That takes out 2 minutes and 13 seconds. Alright? Now you're probably thinking, what about the whole Texas chase? What happens there? Well, the way they're going to fix this scene, now that Shane's character is out, is that the Sonic RS is in fact an Autobot. If you change the Sonic RS into an Autobot, say perhaps Cliff Jumper, or Hotshot, Robar, that would still be a same movie. Which means that the Sonic RS, let's say it's Robar, okay? He is a character that has been keeping an eye on Optimus Prime as maybe his protector, or, you know, he's just a kind of like a security escort, but Optimus Prime doesn't know about it. He's just been keeping an eye on Optimus Prime the whole time, and then he goes out to save the rest of the humans, because the humans have been helping Optimus Prime. So let's make the Sonic RS an Autobot. That would be much better than having Shane drive the car in the movie. So let's make him an Autobot, okay? So that's how we're gonna fix that scene. Now with Shane out of the movie, then they could also delete this little short scene that takes place for only 12 seconds of the movie, and that is where Cade instructs Shane and Tessa to steal clothing, and then you see Shane with the binoculars. Alright, so we don't even need that scene. Take off 12 seconds. Now, another scene that I thought was quite unnecessary was the introduction scene for Joshua Joyce, played by Stanley Tucci. I actually thought that scene where he was talking about, what was that noise? When you walk into KSI, it should feel like you're stepping into the future. I thought that piece of humor was very cringeworthy. I did not find it funny at all. I thought that his introduction should just take place in the lab of where they talk about or introduce the Transformium. Okay, so if you shave off the introduction of Joshua Joyce, that sequence, it would be 1 minute and 48 seconds. Okay? Which also leads us to the jellyfish scene. I thought that you could totally shave off the jellyfish scene because it was just another one of those goofy humor moments that was not funny. Okay? 30 seconds can be shaved off right there. Alright? Now, without Shane, we can take out the whole mouthwash sequence, okay? Where he buys mouthwash and says that he uses the mouthwash before he makes out with his daughter. 35 seconds can be taken out of there. And then, which, of course, leads us to the no smooching scene, which takes out 19 seconds. And then, which leads us to the scene where Cade asks Shane, was that you that was sneaking into the house about a month ago? And then he goes, it was me. That takes out 47 seconds, alright? So essentially we're shaving off all the Shane sequences. Alright, now this takes us to the lockdowns ship sequence where Cade and Shane and the Autobots need to rescue Tessa. Now, this is going to be a little bit more complicated because we need to see those scenes where Kane and Shade were fighting to rescue Tessa. So, you know what? I decided that you don't really need a whole lot of that. I think it would be better to make it a little bit more straightforward, and let's just take out those scenes entirely. Okay, let's just go up to where he finds the swords, and then that's it. And then he just keeps it around to shoot off those steel jaw wolves. Okay, so that shaves off 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Okay. Now we have the scene where Kate and Shane and Tessa are in the train and they're having a little bit of conversation. That takes up 45 seconds. Now it's surprising that that scene is only 45 seconds because for some reason that dialogue sequence just felt a little bit longer than 45 seconds. Mainly because I felt that it wasn't even necessary. It was just long. Like suddenly we're having all this action and then boom, we're in this quiet moment where it's like a father and boyfriend chat, which I felt was unnecessary. So 45 seconds taken out right there. Now, a lot of people will probably think that this scene was funny, and that was the Hong Kong elevator sequence, okay? And apparently this scene was just written in on the spot. It wasn't even in the original script, but Li Bingbing's character, or rather Li Bingbing suggested to Michael Bay that she knows Kung Fu, she can kick, she can do martial arts, and then that fight sequence was actually put in right on the whim. It wasn't scripted, they just put it in. And I honestly felt that was unnecessary. I felt that actually took away from the film, because it is a robot movie and I don't need to see like a kung fu sequence all of a sudden. So let's just take out the Hong Kong elevator sequence, which shaves off 1 minute and 57 seconds. Alright? Finally, the last thing I'm going to shave off is the longest sequence, and that is Lockdown's ship suckage. Alright? It's kind of like how it's kind of like how Unicron sucks up stuff from the planet, from, you know, the Transformers movie. Well, this is a version of that, and that is Lockdown's ship sucking up all the metal from the city of Hong Kong, and that shaves off 5 minutes and 31 seconds. I don't think there's a need for that scene. I felt that scene is just Michael Bay exercising his ability, not really his ability, but his urge to create destruction. Alright, so that shaves off 5 minutes and 31 seconds. Okay, now I did all the math and added all this time up, and we shaved off, after all these sequences, we have shaved off approximately 22 minutes. That's 21 minutes and 53 seconds. Now, I'm going to round up a little bit, and let's just round it up to 23 minutes, because this also means that it takes out a few seconds here and there where you see Darcy, okay? And a few seconds here and there where you see Shane in a couple of insert shots. Okay, so let's just round it up and say 23 minutes. We have now shaved off 23 minutes from a 2 hour and 46 minute runtime, bringing it to 2 hours and 23 minutes, making it the same running time as Transformers, the very first film that came out in 2007. It's the same running time. And Transformers, the very first film, was paced perfectly, in my opinion. I think it's still the best film out of the 4 films, and I felt that from beginning to end, everything just was necessary. Every scene needed to be there. I didn't feel that any scene could be deleted. I felt that everything was engaging from beginning to end. So I think that by deleting out all these scenes that I've listed and suggested, we're going to make a better and smoother movie, and we're essentially going to change it up a little bit. It's no longer about this whole boyfriend approval thing. It's about a father-daughter relationship, and it's also a quicker paced film, and also it's going to be more exciting because now we have the Sonic RS as an Autobot. If I had to choose between seeing a race car driving boyfriend or a Sonic RS as an Autobot, and this Autobot having his own action sequences, I'd rather choose the latter. Okay. Now, what about the sequence where Shane saves Optimus Prime with the harpoon and tow cable, or rather the tow truck and the hook line? You know what I'm saying? What about that sequence? Well, it could have been driven by Tessa. Okay, she could have been the one to do the hook and then drive away. It doesn't need to be Shane. Okay, or it could have been the Sonic RS. Let's just call him Rollbar. It could have been the Sonic RS who was at the beginning saving Optimus because he was looking over him at the beginning of the movie in the Texas chase, and then once again, the movie comes full circle where he saves them again. You know what I'm saying? That would have been cool. Because Bumblebee went in to fight Lockdown, while the Sonic RS, known as Rollbar, goes in to save Optimus Prime. That would have made for a better movie. So these are the things that I'm going to be deleting, which removes 23 minutes and also gives the movie an equivalent running time to that of the first Transformers film. So there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. I am going to leave you with the comment section where you can talk about what scenes you think could have been deleted or what things could have been changed to make the running time shorter for this movie. Okay, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know about how you feel about any of the sequences that I've suggested that could be deleted. Alright? So there you have it. That's all I got to say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, @RaginNation. I got Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram, @TheRaginNation. And stay tuned for the road to TF5. We got a lot more to talk about, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
But that was removed for the movie truck.
Okay.
Put your right hand there.
Right hand there. Okay. And
Then go.
okay.
Swing your left leg up.